Hey everyone, Egman here with another video. Today we've got another set of spoilers. This time it's going to be the Universe 11 Pride Troopers kind of thing with Jiren and his group. So let's start off with this Jiren Leader. This one's, we'll just go to it. So auto, choose one card in your life, add it to your hand. When this card attacks, choose one. You either draw one card and this gains plus 5k power for duration of the turn. Or choose up to one Universe 11 card in your hand with energy cost 2 or less and play it. So both these are fantastic, especially since like either one of these would have been fine by themselves. But, getting the option of either is crazy. And then awaken when your life is at 4 or less. You may draw one card, flip one or choose one of your energies, switch to active mode, and flip it over. And here's where this card gets crazy. So when this card attacks. Draw one card. This card gets plus 5k power for duration of the turn. And then active battle. Choose one card in your life and add it to your hand until the start of your next main phase. As long as you don't have as long as you do have a Universe 11 card in play, you don't take damage from your opponent's attacks. That's pretty dang crazy. Well, two things. One, that's a crazy effect, and two, it kind of like I really do like when they have cards that kind of follow the lore and just like the lore of like, oh, Jiren's unstoppable and he can take a lot of force. This is a really cool effect. So it is you do have this stipulation that you have to have a Universe 11 in play, so it's not completely unstoppable. And it's also like if this leader was generic and you didn't have to run Universe 11 cards, that would have been like super crazy. But just like in general, this is a pretty strong strong leader, and being able to kind of ramp up in the sense of, oh, I can take one life per turn and still be safe, and this extends your turn for like 2 or 3 extra turns that you might not get otherwise. So that's really cool, especially since most decks that would be aggroing you down wouldn't have a lot of removal for your Universe 11 stuff. So very interesting deck, and I think it's really cool. So there's that. And here's some other cards from it. So first we've got Justice Blast. So you can activate this card's active battle. So it's the extra combo. I'm calling them extra combos. But so active main, if your leader card is yellow, choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards in rest mode, ignoring barrier, negate its skills for the duration of the turn, then KO it. So this one's pretty good. It's stuck to something in rest mode, which isn't terribly hard to do. And then also has the active battle. You can choose one of your leader cards or battle cards, gets plus 5k power of duration of the battle. So that's super nice. I think this one's still okay. Like the red one still just can get rid of 2 things, ignoring a barrier still. So that's really great. But this also can get rid of cards that since it negates its skills for duration of the turn. If anything, has a if this card's blown up by a battle effect, or sorry, by a skill, you get something. This negates you getting the skill for KOing it. So that's like a nice little thing there. I'm not sure if we still don't know if like 3 energy is too much for these cards, but at least they're flexible enough that you can still combo with them. Next up, you've got this Jiren Righteous Leader. So it's a 3-drop with Deflect, and then if your leader card is a Universe 11 card, when you play this card from your hand, choose up to 2 Universe 11 cards from your hand and or drop area with different names and energy cost of 2 or less. Play them with their skills negated for duration of the turn. So this is great, like just being able to flood the board with 3 things for 3 energy is really nice. It's a Jiren as well. So some cards that would already fit this bill that have been released already. Their skills are negated for the duration of the turn, but not next turn. So the first one that's just amazing would be Zorre. So this is a permanent. This is a blocker that has a permanent. If another Universe 11 card is in play in your battle area, this card is not KO'd in battle once per turn. So this is like a really sticky battle card that can just stay out there. It can also be a blocker. It doesn't have barrier by itself, so that kind of sucks because it can just be blown up by a skill instead. But since it's also a blocker, that's really nice and can help you survive. You can get Tupper if you need to. He's not very good. Kunshan's okay. This can help you self-awaken because you choose one card in your life, add to your hand. If another Universe 11 card is in play in your battle area, choose one of your opponent's battle cards with a cost of 4 or less and switch it to rest mode. And then Vuan, this one's okay. So during your turn, if another Universe 11 card is in play in your battle area, this gains plus 5k power. I wish this was on both sides because then he'd be 15k on both. But also at the end of your turn, switch this card to active mode. So he's kind of nice in that sense. But there's also some other cards that this guy can take advantage of. So this Kunshan, not confused with this one, the 1-drop. So this one's very good. So all your all your Universe 11 cards with any cost of 2 or less in your battle area gain barrier. which includes himself because he's a 1-drop. So you can get like a real cool thing is so you can use this Jiren, activates effect. Then you get this Kunshan out, and then also let's say you get the Zore out. So both of them have barrier now, and now you have a barrier blocker that also needs another like tick to die as well. So that's really cool. I think that's a cool combo, and like this Kunshan is going to be really great from like since it gives itself barrier too. That's really good. So I think this is a really good card. And then lastly for the day, we've got Binary Blade Casserole. So if your leader card is a Universe 11 card, when you play this card, it is placed in the drop area from a battle area by a skill. Choose up to one Universe 11 card with energy cost of 1 from your deck. Play with its skills negated for duration of the turn, then shuffle your deck. So this can like be like a loop. So one. If you're there's right now there are like 2 Jiren's boss monsters we can think of like that are from previous sets. We forgot first the Absolute Justice Jiren. So this is the first one that came out from Tournament Power. So it's a 10-drop, but reduce the energy cost of this card by 1 for each Universe 11 in your battle area, and you must play this. So since it's 5 specific energy, this can't be any less than a 5-drop, but when you play this card, choose all your opponent's battle cards in energy and rest mode and place them in the drop area. So this is fantastic. And if you're able to get 5 of these Universe 11 cards out, and they also don't have to be a specific name, so you can just pump like a bunch of these Zores and these Kunshins, then they just protect each other. They're really hard to get rid of. And then you can just drop this on turn 5 and wipe your opponent's energy. So that's really nice, especially since like if your opponent's trying to be aggressive, you can use its active battle and potentially like keep 2 extra turns of being safe there. So that's really nice. I think that's a cool way to get him out. And then the other one is the 12-drop Universe Strongest. So this has Deflect, Quad Strike again, and then when there are 9 or more Universe 11 cards in your drop area, reduce the energy cost of this card in your hand by 6. So that's pretty crazy. And then during battles, when this card attacks, your opponent cannot or may not activate counter or blocker. So unfortunately, this like Chomp of the Trickster still gets around this and or like Mutaido, so it's not like completely invincible. But other than those, like if you're not playing against the yellow deck, this can just stomp really easily. So this guy's a pretty like, and so the idea with this is you have to wait till turn 6, but it's easier to get out because it's easier to set up your drop area with these Universe 11 cards. So that's a really good thing, especially when you think of the new the Dr. Gero super combo that lets you, the yellow-green one that lets you put a card from your drop area, from your deck into your drop area. You can use that to set up your drop, and then also you can also set it up for this Beerus, because you can get or this. Did I say Beerus? I definitely mean Jiren. I don't know what I said. It's too early. Yeah, so this Jiren you can set up with some of these 1-drops into your drop area, and then you can play this and you can summon them. So there's some nice recursion there too. I think that's really it. Something else. So they also have really minor. So if you need to, you also have these 2-drop super combos. Yeah, so you can play these with this Jiren. Their effects are negated for the turn, but when it's your opponent's turn, you can just combo them and get card draw too. So that's really nice too, that you can get your super combos back. Any of these other ones that are, let me make sure. So Dispo's he becomes a 2-drop, but only in your hand, so he doesn't really do anything, but he's a nice blocker. Jiren, when you play this card, you may place 1 yellow card in your hand. Drop area, if you do so, choose up to 2 of your opponent's battle cards in rest mode and KO. That's okay. Topo, 4-drop, when you play this card, if your leader card is Universe 11, look at the top 10 cards from the top of your deck, choose up to 2 Universe 11 with energy cost of 3 or less, and play in rest mode. Okay, so this is why this one says from your hand only, because if you could play Topo, you can get 2 cards, and then you can get Jiren, and then Jiren can summon 2, so that's why that's that. Is this one? Okay, this one you can play for 1 if you combo with it. Kettle, if there are 2 or more Universe 11 cards, other than this card, this gains plus 5k in double strike, so not too bad. And the 4-drop hand strike Casserole, when you play this card, if another Universe card, 11 cards in play in your battle area, choose up to 1 of your opponent's energy in rest mode, and that card can't be switched to active mode until the beginning of your next turn. This one might be nice if we're going for like a long game, and being able to, just stop your opponent from being like ramping up themselves. That can be really nice. So he could be used. There's also let's see, yellow 4-drop, the clown guy. Where is he? I know he's Universe 11. He's not a Pride Trooper. There he is. Okay. Ball mod. So this is Universe 11 as well. Auto, when you play this card, look at the top 3 cards from your deck. Choose up to 1 card among them, add to your hand, and place the rest in your drop area. If you chose not to add any cards to your hand, choose up to 1 of your opponent's battle cards and rest mode and KO it. This one's okay. If you're going for like the filling the drop area one, this is okay for doing that, but it's not. I think for 4, this doesn't do enough. So, like, he's just kind of clunky. And I think that's everything for these. Yeah, because, like, I mean, this, you can play this guy, and then if it gets blown up, it replaces itself, which is super nice. And so this makes it, like, I think that they're trying to go more for the, well, one, they're probably going to get more Jirens, right? There's going to be a super rare Jiren for sure, right? But if you want to use the Absolute Justice Jiren, yeah, it's made it a lot easier to have a lot of cards on the battlefield, or like the battle area, just to get this guy out. So that's really nice. I guess the other thing I wanted to look at was Zen. So Zeno's special because so you can use these with other cards, and you can make that Jiren less than a 5-drop because it gets rid of the specific energy cost. But you can only run universe cards. So and I think a lot of these are, yeah, so this Jiren and this Casserole is restricted to Universe 11, but this Kunshan is not. So you can, if you play this turn 1 and then you just play a bunch of like 1 and 2 drop universe cards, you can kind of get it out kind of easily. But that's probably too janky. So anyways, that's going to be it for me. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know what you think about these Universe 11 cards. If you've been liking my reviews and stuff, let me know in the comments below, and think about subscribing. I usually don't say that, but it's I've made like a lot of videos this week, so I hope you guys appreciate all the work. And yeah, that's going to be it for me. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll catch you all next time.